Hi everyone, let's go over my bullish and bearish Elliott wave scenarios on Bitcoin. Now we have been talking about the weekly bullish scenario many times here on the channel. A simple 5-wave structure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Common target for 4 is the yellow box here on the chart, 57.1 to 42.8. But now you can see I also included a volume profile on the chart, this one over here. This volume profile is taken from the 6th of November to the current price action. And what you can see is that the value area high here is actually nicely respected throughout this range. You can see here it was support for a period of time, then acted as resistance for 2 weeks. One more time for support, bit of support over here, and now resistance once again. If we then look at the point of control, then the point of control is sitting at 42.6k. That is also the weekly naked point of control pretty much, as you can see, at 43k. So there's a little bit of confluence in that area, which is also the reason why I have a very thin target box here sitting between 42.9k and 42.5k. I actually might want to include the weekly naked point of control here and put the box a little bit higher, but you get the idea. It's an area of support. Of course, before you reach that low, you also have over here 44.3 to 45.3k. These are the two main areas of support to the downside I keep an eye on if price does lose the 49k low. But I do think it is interesting to show you this volume profile. It's just some information. Do with it whatever you like. If you then go to the 1 hour time frame, then the bullish scenario on the 1 hour time frame is a diagonal. In this case, we then have a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and we look for a wave 5 to the downside. In this case, we're then working on our wave 5, looking for a 3-wave structure in an ABC. In this particular case, the common target for your wave C is between the 1 and the 1.236 trend-based fib extension taken from the start to the end of A to the current high over here that we have for a potential wave B, giving you a target between 54.1 and 53.4k. If wave B, however, turns out to be a flat structure, more about that in a second, then the high for B is going to be above this high over here, and therefore the target area for C is going to move ever so slightly towards the upside, which is interesting because we do have support over here, this blue box between 54 and 55k. It is important that price does not touch 52.8k. If it does, then this scenario is invalidated because a wave 5 in a contracting diagonal is not allowed to be longer in price than your wave 3. Now, if we then zoom in to this structure here on the chart, and I go to the 50-minute time frame, then the blue ABC is what we are looking for in the diagonal, right? We're still looking for a bigger wave C to the downside, even in the bullish scenario. And then after 5, you want to see, of course, price moving up. But locally here, there is at least the potential for a flat with then a 3-wave A, 3-wave B, and then look for a 5-wave C to the upside to hit some resistance. Now, the probabilities for this scenario only increase if price can actually hit 56.1k, because at the moment, price here moved towards the downside on an increased amount of volume. So therefore, we have to think, okay, potential for an ABC here, which of course is bullish, but then we want to hit the 0.618, a 3-wave structure down, looking for a 5 up, or we look for an impulse down, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 5-wave structure, which of course therefore is bearish. So in other words, if price can move up, hit 56.1k, before taking out the low, the probabilities increase for a potential flat and then an ABC, where preferably your wave C is moving above the high of your wave A, sitting at about 56.8k. In the bearish scenario, we are looking for a multi 1-2. So we have a finished 3-wave structure to the upside, and then we have a wave 1, 2, 1, 2, possibly another 1, 2, and look for continuation to the downside in a very big wave 3, which should be a high volume fast, quick, scary move to the downside, and the close support levels we have here should not matter too much. So this support between 54.55 and then 52.3, 53k should not be too important, because wave 3 should slice through those areas of support. What you're then looking for is price doing this, little bit of holding and ranging, and then eventually just fall through, little bit of holding probably, and then move down again with consistent bearish CVD divergences preferably. Now, a soft invalidation for this scenario is price taking out 58.5k. Hard invalidation is price taking out the high at 59.8k. The reason this is a soft invalidation, which doesn't completely invalidate this scenario, is because this orange wave 2 can still be much longer in time. Even in the orange wave 2, there is always the possibility this by itself turns out to be a bigger corrective structure, and then we just move this orange wave 2 to the right. You can also see that the red wave 2 is quite long, and if we take a fib time from the start to the end of the red 2 to the end of the orange 1 over here, then you can see that before this orange wave 2 is going to be longer in time than the red wave 2, which is not preferred because the orange wave 2 is a lower degree wave 2, a lower degree Elliott wave count. This orange wave 2, or at least price action, has to range all the way till Monday, the 9th of September, 10 a.m., which of course is still many days away. So therefore, at the moment, I put it over here. But if we do continue ranging, take out this high later, soft invalidation, hard invalidation, of course, very clear. Now, what you see is that the price action between the bullish and the bearish scenario is actually similar, right? Also in this wave 2, we could be looking for a potential flat locally in an ABC. In both the bullish and bearish scenario, preferably, we still look for price to move towards the downside and hit the support level that we have below us as well. In the bullish scenario, we look for a 3-wave ABC. But then in this case, we do want to see support. We want to see price holding support, ranging on support, grinding to the upside, bullish market structure, either an impulse, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 retracement continuation, a leading a diagonal, or a multi 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 continuation, and preferably grind to the upside with some nice consistent bullish CVD divergences. In a bearish scenario, as mentioned, we just want to move towards the downside. If we then look at these CVD divergences, then I mentioned yesterday I had no interest in these bullish CVD divergences, and rightly so. They now got invalidated, very nice, and the bearish CVDs constantly played out. Now price took out this low over here, so now we just have to wait for new local bullish or bearish CVD divergences, of course accompanied by structure preferably, so it will take a little bit of time. We also have news today, and I will be live during the news. It's already planned on YouTube, so you can check the notification bell or just look on my YouTube homepage. It's already planned Friday, 2:30 p.m. Central European Time. So I'll make sure to be live and observe the price action together with you. If we then finally look at the probabilities of the different scenarios, then on the 1 hour/4 hour time frame, basically just this structure over here, the probabilities are higher for price to still move down. In both of these scenarios, we are looking for lower. For the bulls, we are looking for a wave C, and for the bears, we are looking for continuation to the downside in a wave 3. On the 15-minute time frame, there is at least the potential for a flat, right? But before that starts to become interesting, we would at least need to hit like the 0.618 at 56.1k and then observe how price continues in confluence with CVDs and stuff. So yeah, it's not yet there, but if you do hit 56.1k, then at least before, by the way, taking out the low, then at least the probabilities do increase for a flat and a wave C to the upside. So something to keep in mind. I hope that this video was helpful or valuable to you. Please check out the brand new complete Elliott Waves guide playlist I've made that shows you all you need to know about Elliott Waves. Thanks for watching and subscribing, and I'd like to see you at the next one. Bye bye.